Hello and welcome to the Drive-Thru. I'm your host, Tony T, as we broadcast live here on Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Place YouTube channel and throughout social media. We'll get you out of here well before the top of the hour. We're going to give you guys enough time to get those bets in for the primetime games. That's what we do here on the Drive-Thru, Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, is deliver live free sports picks for the games beginning at 7 p.m. Eastern Time and later. And to deliver those winners are professional handicappers over at Pick Dogs and over at Sports Chat Place. Let's take a peek at who's on the show here for today. It's Wednesday and we got Mitch with us. Go D-backs. They got the 2-run lead on them. They got him where they want him. Dodgers just gave up a run for an out. You know, one at bat. They're very confident they can score 3 on these guys. All right. Big Al McMordie with us. We got Ninos, Chris Ruffolo, and Shane and Mickle. Hope that was the index finger there, Chris. All right, let's take a look at how they're going to line up here for today. All right, we got Ninos, McMordie, Mickle, Ruffolo, Mitch, and then I will close this one out. All right, Chris, what's your thoughts so far this afternoon?
Trust me, it was my index finger for the record, but I will say the White Sox got me. I thought maybe the Royals with Zach Greinke on the bump could maybe, keep it going, but all of a sudden the White Sox decided to wake up when I needed them to stay asleep for one more game. Tony, how about you? Yeah,
well, no, I had the Mets, and that was disgusting there. It gave me a little hope in the beginning, and then it went south pretty bad there. You had Steven Matz on the hill. I thought, what can go wrong, right?
Trust me, I thought that every game was a Blue Jays fan last year, and he actually pitched pretty well. And then he had that one blow up to start this year, but since then he's actually, I can't believe I'm about to say, it's pitched pretty well.
Yeah, we'll see how that lasts here. Interesting game here with baseball. Lots going on today. We got our 2 NBA games as well as a good card for Major League Baseball. It's a 15-game card. We got a lot of day action going on, so still stuff in prime time. Let's go ahead. Let's get this one started. Let's go ahead and welcome Al Ninos to the show. You'll find him over at Pick Dogs Pin. Chris will head on to the chat and get the people chatting over there. And let's go ahead and get. Let's see. I went too far here. Got to find Al Ninos. You'll find him over at Pick Dogs Sports Chat Place. Also on Puckin' Crazy Show. I saw him up there today. Let's see if we can get it. And Al Ninos. Here we go. Al Ninos. Al, what's happening?
Going good. How are you?
Doing great. All right. Here we go. Late night action, Bay Area. As we got the Giants here to host the Athletics at 9:45 Eastern Time. Giants $1.75, total 7.
Yeah, the A's here coming off a tough. It was a pretty ugly 8-2 loss yesterday. It was a tough pitching matchup. That's what it was. But they should get their offense going tonight. You gotta have Sam Long. Looks like he'll be opening for Jacob Junis. But on the other side, you got Paul Blackburn, who's looked great for Oakland so far this season. With 14 strikeouts, just 1 walk. He's got great numbers. He's faced some good lineups, too. And let's see, he had Tampa in his opener, and then he had Toronto. I guess you could say a slightly easier matchup against Baltimore, where he pitched really well, too. And again, I think he has a pretty good outing here. He'll be facing a good lineup, a team that's been really hot. But I think he gives them a good chance at some really nice plus money here. Oakland opened around plus 125. Now they're closer to like 155. And I just think there's too much value on them tonight to pass up with Blackburn here, so I'll take the money line.
All right, he likes Blackburn here at plus 155 here against the San Francisco Giants. Yeah, when you look at Blackburn, good control. He's getting the ground balls, and you like that in this park. 52% ground ball rate. Junis was a guy we've seen in the Giants organization, and of course Sam Long. He pitched that was the opener in that game against Milwaukee, where they just threw lefties, and then that one lefty righty they got in trouble and they went into extras, and the Giants were able to win that game. It's a big dog in that game on the road against Milwaukee. Now they're home favorite here. It's a lot here to lay here with the Giants in this one. It seems like a big number to me.
Yeah, especially with the pitchers they're sending out. Sure, Junis looked good in his first outing, but he'd be facing, I don't know. It was Washington. They had some pretty good hitters, but not the best lineup in the league. And, well, he's never put up numbers. I mean, no one's ever going to keep up zeros forever. But he's never really put up any decent numbers ever in his career. So, I expect him to get hit hard anytime now. So why not tonight?
Well, maybe he can show that minor league form that he had to start the season, where he started in AAA. He was just had nowhere to go. No one wanted him, so they signed him to a minor league contract, and you work your way into the big leagues. He started the season in AAA, 11 earned runs and 5 homers and 11 and third innings. Let's promote him. That sounds like the Orioles. That sounds like something the Orioles would do.
Definitely stick there at the spot.
All right, Ninos here, Oriole on Athletics here, plus 155 against the Giants. This one will have a start time here of 9:45 Eastern Time, MLB Extra Innings channel. All right, now let's take a look over at Pick Dog Sprint, where you're putting up some really good numbers here. Look at the numbers here in the NHL. 2,881 units of profit. That is all documented. So if you go over to Pick Dogs, you'll be able to see those numbers when you go down to Pick History, also showing profit here in the NBA. All right, we still got a few NHL. Of course, the playoffs begin May 2nd next week. And, of course, we've got the NBA on the board. Still a lot of baseball. What do you have going on over at the site?
Yeah, small card in the NHL. But I do have one play I really like there. Had a few plays in the MLB, just one left. And then I got a play in the NBA as well. Just two plays, but I found one that's the one I liked. And I got a 3-pack there. So my best bet in each sport. You can grab that, or you can pair me up with the other favorite capper for the 2-for-1 capper specials.
That's right, guys. Got on board here with Ninos over at Pick Dogs. Premium C numbers 2,881 units of profit, all documented tonight on the site. Well, he brings back that Alphabets pass where you get his best bets here from the NBA, MLB, and NHL in a 3-pack put together. Also, a MLB single play. It calls it his home run pickup there. So good time to get on board here with Ninos over at Pick Dogs, where he does a fine work up there. And of course, you can get a long-term pass at 3/7/30 on Sports Pass. So if you add a second capper in that pass, you'll get even better value there. All right, Al, it's always great having your show. Continue that success, and we'll talk with you again tomorrow. Now, you also contribute here with the Puck and Crazy show.
That's right. I was on there today. Should be back on tomorrow, and do my best to be on this weekend as well.
Very good. All right, we'll talk to you tomorrow. Ninos here on The Drive Thru. Let's continue on here. Coverage here with Chris. Guys, reminder, be sure to subscribe to our channel. Free picks every single day. Of course, it'll all get started with that morning show. And, of course, that morning show airs at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Of course, Brian Bittler, we've seen him in there with Joe Madden. Of course, the sports betting topics up there on the table. Also, Mitch's 7 picks in 5 minutes. Of course, we got 3 shows preceding ours. We've got the Puck and Crazy show. We got the soccer show with Goran. And, of course, the betting tools show with Mitch as he generates picks from his betting tools. Of course, preceding our show, we begin here at 6 Eastern Time, Monday through Friday. We always ask you guys for help. Help us build up the audience with those thumbs up, Chris. That helps us out.
No, for sure, Tony, it does, because like I say always when we get to this part of the show, without your guys' support, Pick Dogs wouldn't be where it is, in general, even if we're talking about the YouTube or anything else for that matter. So keep those likes, those thumbs up coming in, because at the end of the day, each and every single one helps us out. And to show you guys how much we appreciate it, we'll do a like goal today, a little bit different. We have a bit of limited action. We do have some NBA and some MLB on the board, but I found an NBA same game parlay, pays out plus 375. I know a lot of people love those same game parlays, so I think we can make some money with this one tonight, but we need to get to 150 likes to get it for you.
150 likes. Keep those likes coming in, and we greatly appreciate it. Let's continue on here on the show. Now it's time to welcome in Big Al McMordie. You'll find him over at Pick Dogs, where there's fine work up there, top of the leaderboards. So we'll get in Big Al right now. We'll be looking at an NBA game here for tonight. We'll also be looking at the other one as well. So we'll have NBA coverage tonight on the show. Big Al, how's it going?
Going well. How are my 2 favorite handicappers doing today?
Feeling great. Chris?
Yeah. Can't complain. This is actually one of the games I was looking forward to, so it'd be interesting to see Al's take on it.
All right, now here we go with this NBA tonight, 7:30 Eastern Time over on TNT. Has the Bucks hosting the Bulls. The Bucks now up to a 12.5-point favorite, total 217.5.
Yeah, for me, when it comes to betting on the playoffs, I'll take an underdog, I'll take a favorite, but when I'm taking a favorite, I'm only going to generally lay up to 11 points. Once you get north of 11 points, I think it's stay away. And so when it's north of 11, then the only side I'm really ever going to look at would be the underdog, and that's what I'm going to look at here. And Chicago comes into this ball game off back-to-back blowout losses, 30 points and 24 points their last 2 games. And when you take a look at how teams that are seeded 6 or better do off back-to-back losses by 12 or more points, they're 62 and 39 ATS going back to 1990. Also, home favorites, as I mentioned, 12 is a key number for me when I'm looking at the playoffs. Home favorites of minus 12 or more points, they're just 22 and 39 against the spread in the playoffs versus winning foes, including 2 and 9 ATS if our home favorite is off a 20-point or greater win. So that bodes well for Chicago here. And then Milwaukee is 21 and 48 ATS off back-to-back road wins, including 11 and 31 ATS at home. So I just think the number has gotten too rich. It opened up at 10. It's up to 12.5. Yes, I understand Chicago's got a lot of injuries, but too many points for a playoff game. I'm going to take the 12.5.
All right, Big Al says too many points here for a playoff game. All right, Chris, we did see the Bulls step up in one game and have covered in this game. Have covers in this
game. It's not out of the question for the Bulls to be able to get it done tonight. But I think for free play, I was going to look at the under here. I just think that, Zach LaVine wasn't at his best in this series. So, but even then taking him out of the lineup is still, a big loss for Chicago. And I think Chicago, if they're going to want to keep this game close, they got to do it with their defense. They haven't been able to really do much offensively outside of the one win. So I look for this one to stay under, closer to maybe the low to mid 200s.
All right, Chris looks under. Big Al says, Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, I was just listening to what Chris was saying. And along those same lines, when you take a look at these big numbers in playoff games, like underdogs of 12 or more points, they're 58, 46, and 1 ATS in all situations going back to 1990. The under also tends to cash 58 and 43 under the total with 4 pushes. So, I don't disagree with anything that Chris is saying.
Great there. And I'm going to ask you a question, Al. I've heard this talk before from other shows and over the years. When you get deeper in the series, like game 5, 6, and 7, they tend to go under. Does your data show that in these playoffs?
Game 6 and 7, especially, not game 5.
Okay.
And it also depends. And yes, and you. I mean, I tend to look at unders. I'm not going to give away my secrets, but there are certain situations where I really like to take the unders, and then certain situations where I don't. But as you'll look at a playoff series, the odds makers also understand this, and the numbers get progressively lower as well. And if you look at what the number is in a game 1 compared to what it ends up being in a game 6 or game 7, you'll often see it be 10 points less.
Yeah, big discrepancy there, no doubt. Bulls plus 12.5 here against the Bucks. This one will have a start time 7:30 Eastern time over on TNT. All right, Big Al, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs Premium here. We're doing great work here for 2022. 1,980 units of profit. That is all documented. So visit Pick Dogs Premium, go down to Pick History. You'll see Big Al's plays there. They're all documented, all transparent, showing good profit here. Last 30 days, last 7 days in baseball. All right, we got good cards.
Tony, if you bear with me, I'll give you the exact number for game 5s.
Go right ahead.
Just bear with me real quick.
Okay. Big Al's looking at the big 5 at the game 5 here over.
Yeah. So game 5s are. Do some quick math. I have to divide by 2. 176 and 162. So 176 and 162 under are game 5. So it's a slight thing, but it's nothing that you want to necessarily I mean, I'd look at the under before I'd look at the over, but it's not like it's a game 7 situation, for example.
Yeah. I would usually look at the under if it was a 2-2 series. That might be giving away the secret there.
No. That's not my. But you're right. I mean, actually, that's one of the things. Competitive series tend to go under more than non-competitive series. When you look at, for example, a 3-0 series, those actually tend to go over the total. So yeah, a competitive series has a lot to do with it. You've got things, what's the point spread? If the line is smaller, those games tend to go under, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. You always want competitive games.
I just took what I saw from the Memphis-Minnesota game. I've never seen Minnesota play as hard defensively than I saw yesterday, where they were diving for balls. I mean, it's just a different level of play, maximum effort there on the defensive end.
But you mean they don't do that in game 1 of a series?
Oh, no. I didn't see that. I did not see that type of effort there in game 5 as I saw in game 1. It looked to me sometimes game 1 looks like a regular season game. Sometimes, Well, that's what you say. They get tighter as the game goes, as they go further, right?
Yeah, and you'll even see later when it's a close game down the stretch. You'll even see them like the game. It looks like it's headed over. Then all of a sudden you're like, what the fuck? The fourth quarter was 21-17, right?
I know.
That happens a lot too.
Yeah, trust me. That was in the back of my mind. Watched that Memphis-Minnesota yesterday. I was afraid this game was going to go crazy on me. It didn't. Thank goodness. But anyway, guys, to get on board with Big Al, he's doing great work. Al, what do you have going on over the site?
I've got one play in the NBA. I passed in hockey and baseball today. I'm 40-22 in my last 62 in basketball. And I've got 4 plays I've already posted for Thursday NBA, so folks should get down now before the lines move. And then I'll probably have 1 play on Friday in the NBA. I probably won't have any hockey until the playoffs start, and then I'll probably get back with baseball tomorrow. We're 6-2 this year in baseball. I haven't had a lot of selections. And yeah, so things have been going well. And if you want to join for a week or for a month, just go to Pick Dogs and team me up with one of the other champion handicappers on the 2-for-1 handicapper special.
That's right, guys. Get on board with Big Al McMordie over at Pick Dogs. You see the numbers. They're doing great work for 2022 an NBA Wednesday total. He's already locked and loaded for that triple header on Thursday from the NBA. A big card tomorrow from the NBA. Also, NBA high roller slate up there again. As Al was saying, get the long-term passes. Your best value there, 3, 7, and 30 All Sports Pass. You get all of Al's plays for that period of time you select. When you go to the profile page and you make that purchase, you can add a second capper with that 2-for-1 cap promotion. Even greater value there. All right, Al, it's always great having your show. Continue that success, and we'll talk with you again tomorrow.
Thanks, guys. Thanks, Tony. Thanks, Chris. Talk to you on Thursday.
Talk to you Thursday. Big Al McMordie here on The Drive. So let's continue on with the coverage with Chris. Chris, now where do we sit with our like goal?
I'm telling you, we've put a bit of a dent in the goal. We're at 26 likes right now, 83 people watching. So we're starting to file in and get butts in the seats for the show. But still, we need your guys' help to reach our goal of 150 likes. We'll get you a same-game parlay for one of the NBA games tonight. But again, we need your guys' help. So keep those likes coming in. We're at 26 right now. Need to get to 150.
Yeah, let's get to 150. I'm kind of running out of material for the end game here, guys. So let's get those likes up going. Let's continue on here on The Drive. Let's go. Now it's time for Shane Mickle. Let's bring Shane in right now. Shane, what's happening?
How's it going tonight, guys?
It's going great. All right, here we go out to your land here at 7:40 Eastern Time. Twins here to host the Tigers. Boy, that was what a there's no way to describe what happened last night. It was just insanity. Anyway, Twins here, big favorites, total of 7.
Yeah, a couple ways to look at this game, but I'm going to look at the total, and I think this game goes under. You know, Joe Ryan's on the mound. We got the Twins got him last year for the trade that sent out Nelson Cruz. He's a guy that looks like he can be an ace. Maybe not if he's not an ace, you know, a number 2, good number 2 starter. This year he's got a 2-1 record, a 1.69 ERA. And then for the Tigers, they're sending out Michael Pineda, who was lights out in his first start against the Yankees, giving up only 2 hits in 5 innings. And, you know, both these offenses have struggled. You know, on paper, the Twins are supposed to have this great offense, but Carlos Correa has really struggled. The only bright spot in this offense has been Buxton. And I think even though there's going to be a little bit of scoring here, I don't see it high scoring. You know, this is also it's a cold day up here in Minnesota. Joe Ryan's a fly ball pitcher. That's going to help keep the ball in the ballpark. I see this game going under the 7 runs.
All right, we got Shane here says go under 7 here, Tigers and the Twins. Okay, Chris, we make note here. Don't worry about Pineda's one start. He had some visa issues coming into the country, so he had to delay his spring training. He got some good work in minors here, but it looks like a pitching deal here, Chris.
Yeah, I think so as well. Like Shane said, Joe Ryan has looked really good in his first 3 starts. And, you know, Michael Pineda, you know, it's a pitcher you never really know what you're going to get, but I think this, from just a team perspective, I think at worst, with the total being at 7, I think we get a push if the bullpens let us down late. But I'm with you guys. I think this is a pitcher's duel as well. I like the under 7.
All right, Tigers, Twins, under a total of 7. This one will have a start time of 7:40 Eastern Time over on ESPN Plus. All right, Shane, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs Pim here for action here on Wednesday. Doing great work here in MLB, all documented, 442 units of profit. You can visit the profile page for Shane, go down to Pick History. Everything is there, documented, transparent. Well, tonight still we have baseball on the card as well as 2 big NBA games. What do you have going on over the site?
Yeah, I'll highlight a few packages. My first one is my NBA total of the month. A total that I absolutely love in one of the games tonight. You can get that individually, $34.99. Or also I have my sampler pack, which is my 3 best plays: 1 NBA, that 1 NBA play, 1 MLB, and then 1 NHL play, $39.99. If you hop on something long term, Tony highlighted the MLB stats so far. I've gotten off to a nice start. So hop on that long term MLB season pass, very affordable pricing, and let's make some money together.
Yeah, make money together here with Shane Mickle over at Pick Dogs Premium. See the numbers, 442 units of profit for 2022 in MLB. Tonight he's got plays up there. He combines a 3-pack with his best bets from the NBA and MLB, as well as an MLB 3-pack here for Wednesday. So still time to get on board on that. So it looks like some prime-time plays on a 3-pack from Shane. Long-term passes available as well. 3, 7, and 30 All Sports Pass. So baseball's a long season. You can get on board with Shane's full season MLB We got a good 5 months remaining in the MLB here as we go to about November 1st. So favorable pricing here on Shane's MLB full season pass. Baseball's a long season, and you can tell it's long once we get into July and August. It just goes on to see forever. But a good time to build your bankroll for the upcoming football season. Get on board with Shane Mickle's full MLB season pass. Check out his page over at Pick Dogs. Of course, there's a lot more to choose from there. You want to go long-term with a 3, 7, or 30-day pass, you can do that and add a second capper with that 2-for-1 capper promotion. All right, Shane, it's always great having your show. Continue that success. We'll talk with you again tomorrow.
Sounds good. Have a good night, guys.
You got it. Shane Mickle here on The Drive 2. Let's continue on with Chris. And now, Chris, where do we sit with the light goal?
I mean, again, made a little bit of progress, but we need to start picking up the like goal because Tony said he's running out of material. We need to get these likes in. We're at 42 likes right now. We got 99 people watching, so can get to our goal of 150. I just splashed the pot in the YouTube chat. We can get to 150. I'll throw in a Nerfy play for tonight's MLB action as well as that same game parlay. So we can get to 150. I tossed in another play, but we need your guys' help to get there.
Let's get there. Chris splashes the pot, so let's continue on and get those likes, those thumbs up coming in. Let's continue on here with the drive-thru. Now time for Chris, front and center. We're looking at this one tonight, 10 Eastern time. Warriors here to host the Nuggets. The Warriors laying 8.5, total 225.5. You're going to look at this one a different way.
Yeah, Tony, I am, and I really like what the Warriors have been putting down so far in this series. They put up 118 or more points in every game so far. They put up 120 or more in 3 of those 4 games. And realistically, you look at the advanced stats from the Golden State Warriors so far in the postseason, they've just been absolutely lights out, leading the NBA with an offensive rating of 125.4. And, I mean, on the flip side, obviously, that'd be what the Denver Nuggets are giving up in this 4-game series, 125.4 points per 100 possessions. But the Golden State Warriors are just shooting the lights out. They're shooting 42% from 3. They're leading the NBA in 3-pointers made so far in the postseason. You know, field goal percentage, field goals made, 3-pointers made. They're just getting whatever they want offensively right now, the Warriors are. And the Nuggets, well, fortunately, a lack of defense has been something that we've become accustomed to seeing from the Nuggets, not just in the playoffs, but over, I'd say, at least half of the regular season, and maybe even bleeding into the first half. But I can't go against the Warriors right now in terms of a team total perspective. I'm looking at the over for the Warriors team total here. I think we have another high game on our hands, and I think the Warriors are going to be able to contribute that. I think they could get to 120 again, but either total over, I believe it's 117.5.
Yeah, we got it. Golden State Warriors team total over 117.5 in this one. Yeah, hard to argue that, but when you look at the advanced numbers on the Warriors home court, it's even more impressive. 132 points per 100 possessions against these Nuggets. At home in this series, they're shooting 54% from the field, 44% from 3. This small lineup, like we set this coming in. I thought they might have swept them. They didn't sweep them, but again, in defeat, the Warriors still shot 50% from the field. Remember that, so it wasn't a terrible shooting night. They haven't been able to stop the Warriors in 4 games, Chris.
Yeah, it's just that Denver got hot shooting that one night. But again, you're seeing the difference that having Steph Curry really makes to this Warriors lineup. It's making the whole team better. And unfortunately for Denver, they just haven't been able to cope. And I think this is where missing guys like Jamal Murray and Michael Porter Jr. would have, really, had they barely made a difference for the Warriors, for the Nuggets, excuse me. Maybe it wouldn't have been a Nuggets win in the series, but I think maybe this could have been a series that went 6 or 7. So it still possibly could, but I think the Nuggets would have had a better chance had those 2 guys been in the lineup. But they haven't been able to really stop anything from Golden State up to this point.
Yeah, there would have been more contested shots, no doubt, because they just can't contest it. There's just way too much. Even Curry says in the postgame, there's just a lot of space to operate out there, and that's what it is. You're in space in the NBA with these shooters today, you're toast. Warriors team total over 117.5 points. This one will have a start time of 10 Eastern time over on TNT. All right, Chris, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs Premium for tonight. We got those 2 NBA games in prime time, as well as a lot of baseball still to go, and we got a few from hockey. What do you have going on over the site?
I'll tell you, there's a lot for me going on tonight. I got my Homers and Hoops 5-pack. It's 3 MLB plays that I really love, as well as 2 NBA plays from tonight's playoff action. Got that for $49.99, and it's guaranteed to profit you guys tonight. So keep that in mind. Check that out. Or we always talk about long term. 3-day, 7-day, 30-day, all the way up to a year. The 3-day will now get you into the weekend. We usually have our plays in Friday night. The 7-day will get you into the NHL playoffs. The month will get you well into the playoffs. It'll still get you MLB, NBA playoff action. And the year gets you pretty much full seasons of all the major sports, around $100 a month. You can pair me up as well as with someone else, part of the 2-for-1 capper deal. Big Al, Little Al, Tony, Mitch, Shane. We'll all make you money. Just got to go check it out. And I still got my MLB season pass and NBA playoff pass up there as well. So, guys, go check it out over at Pick Dogs Premium. I can promise you won't regret it.
That's right, guys. Get on board with Chris Ruffolo over at Pick Dogs Premium. He's got a nice 5-pack there where he combines his hoops and his MLB into a single pack, and get on board with that. Or if you prefer, as Chris was talking about, those long-term passes, that 1-month pass will take you right into near the conclusions of the Western and Eastern Conference finals there, series finals there. So 1-month pass also gets you into the first month of, first 3 weeks of the NHL Stanley Cup playoffs, which begin on Tuesday. And of course, a lot of baseball here for the month with that 1-month all sports pass. You can add a second capper with that 2-for-1 capper promotion. Even greater value there. All right, let's continue on here with the drive-through, joined by Chris. And now, where do we sit with our like goal, Chris?
I'll tell you about 59 likes right now, 102 people watching. So, still got some work to do to get to our like goal of 150 to get you guys the same game parlay for one of the NBA games tonight, as well as a nerfy play from the MLB where no runs in the first inning. Quick way to make money. So we need about 90 more likes to get there. We're at 102 people watching right now. Need to get to 150.
Let's get to 150. Let's continue on here. The drive-through time. Bring in Mitch. Wednesdays with Mitch. Mitch, what's happening? Congrats on the D-backs.
Yep, we got that reverse run line. We cashed there, plus the regular, just the regular win at plus 155. So only plus 456 units so far today.
Nice. I think we have another
just on
bomb.
That game alone.
Yeah, I think you're going to throw another bomb our way. So I see Mitch's bomb. It's bombs at the website. That was bombs away there.
They've been a little cold, but the Dodgers are now on the road, so I think I really like the direction things are going. The Yankees about to hit the road as well, and those are the teams that you really have to fade if you want to make money in Major League Baseball. I get a lot of comments and on my YouTube videos, and I think the key is to stay the course, and it's like we're not in it for one day, and we're in it over the long haul, and fading these big favorites is the way to go. I mean, you can see it right there. Today I made 2 bets. I'm up 456 units. That covers a lot of those losses, because all those losses that I took against the Dodgers in that red series and games like that, well, they were all only 1-unit losses. Meanwhile, here 4.5, one swing of the bat, and it's like that's how you do it. So I've always done it that way, and I don't know, it's always worked out for me.
Yeah,
it's not always pretty. It's not always pretty, but the damage it's always minimal losses. When you hit, it's always big.
Yeah, and Roberts gave you a nice assist there, playing his infield deep there.
Yeah, it was nice. It was a nice job, and I also thought that the throw there, and they tried to give us another run there, but it turned out that the miserable throw by the Dodgers, and then Freddie Freeman's little hop, skip, and a jump just beat the runner, so they took the run off the board, but it didn't matter. We didn't need it. We only laid 1.5. We played it safe, they say.
That's right. All right, Mitch. You're not playing safe here. We go 7 Eastern time. Yankees here hosting the Orioles. Yankees big favorites here, 270, total of 8.
So if Jordan Montgomery is a minus 270 favorite today against the Orioles, what would Justin Verlander be? I mean, this doesn't even make any sense to me at all. Baseball is a value game, and like I just said with the Diamondbacks, so if the Yankees are favored at minus 200, which they are every game this series, if you win one game, you're still ahead with the Orioles. You might not win be a lot of units ahead, but you will be ahead. And if you win 2 games, then you're really ahead. And I think that's how you make money betting baseball, is finding these games where they're going to pay off. I'm not saying bet the Baltimore Orioles every single game. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying fade the Yankees every single game, and especially on the road. They have played decently at home, but you look here, in the spot, they're not going to go undefeated at home. That's for damn sure. And, you just have to find those spots. The more wins that they put together at home, the more I like our chances of hitting one of these bombs against them. And it's like, the bigger the payout, well, the better. that it's going to be. And, when we look at today's matchup for the Yankees, it certainly isn't all that favorable. At the end of the day, this is Jordan Montgomery. Okay, it's not Cy Young. That's for damn sure. It's Jordan Montgomery. He had a 3.83 ERA last year. It was I would say he got lucky to get that. He was 6-7 on the season in his decisions. He gave up 19 home runs, struck out 182, only walked 51, and that's where he became a little bit better. But he finds a lot of the plate, this guy. He is certainly hittable. And we saw it in that first game against Boston. Then he lost to the Orioles the last time these two faced each other, just back on April 15th. He is vulnerable. It's not like the Orioles haven't seen this guy. This is one of those risk-reward, and people say, oh, I want the safe bet. I want the easy bet. Well, I bet you the safe bet was the Dodgers, today, right? That's the safe bet. Yeah, nothing safe about it. It's called high risk, low reward is what those games are called. I don't know. This is my game. I'm sticking to it. I'm taking the Orioles here. I think we're getting a bargain and a half here on them with Wells starting, who's looked every bit as good as Montgomery.
All right, Chris, so looking here at the Orioles here, plus 220 against the Yankees.
Yeah, I'm trying to pull up Montgomery's numbers against the Orioles in his career because, like Mitch said,
Wells was 4 innings, 3 hits, no runs back on April 16th. The Orioles did not win that game in Baltimore, but it wasn't Wells' fault. Like I said, 4 innings, 3 hits, no runs, 3 strikeouts. He walked a couple. That to me, that's well worth almost two and change on your money. If you have the guts, like if you're like me, and you can go the alternate run line, I wouldn't stop you.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Chris.
Oh no, I was just gonna say personally, I'm on the same boat a little bit because minus 270 and Jordan Montgomery just don't go in the same sentence for me. And if you're gonna lay that kind of price, it better be with a shutdown pitcher that's owned a team in his career like Baltimore. But you look at 5 starts, so he wasn't shut down by any stretch of the imagination. The Orioles can get to him here.
Mitch, teams, as you mentioned this before, teams that win 100 games, they'll lose 60 or 101 and 61. That means they're going 5-3. 5-3 adds up to 100 wins in baseball.
Yeah, that's all it is. So it's like, I get criticized often about, fading the Dodgers and Yankees and such every single game. And yeah, if you stay the course, this is where the money is at. The money is always in sports betting, is always in middle to small market. Always in middle to small market. If we can get the Carolina Panthers to get anything going for us, I mean, they are the money train of money trains. The Charlotte Hornets, Memphis Grizzlies. These are our guys. Our teams are never going to be the Celtics. Then they're never going to. Well, it could be the Knicks in the Sixers, but yeah, right. These are our teams. OKC. These are the ones. How could you bet the Thunder? And then you have these guys. This guy's out and this guy's out. The guys who make the lines, the guys where you go into the bathroom at Palazzo or something and you say, man, this bathroom costs about $4 million. Those guys know about that injury way before it ever comes out on ESPN. Way before.
Yep. And those bathrooms have someone in there servicing it 24/7, and they're paying that salary, right? $50,000 a year salary, or more, actually.
Always a little awkward, right? Always a little awkward. What are you doing with these people? It's always awkward. The man in the bathroom. The man in the bathroom. He's handed me a paper towel. What the hell am I supposed to do? What do you do here? It's like, number one, it's like it's equivalent of almost like begging for change, because it's like the guy stands in the bathroom all night, right? And he's giving me a paper towel. This is not a good gig, It's like he's handing us paper towels. It's like this is not where you want to be, It's like, Mr. Ruffolo, would you care for a mint?
And you got to staff that for 24 hours a day for every single day. That's probably a team of 5. That's probably $200,000 a year you're paying these people just to stand there in the bathroom.
I know, it's crazy, but the books they know who the popular teams are, and we see the jerseys when we go to Vegas of who's wearing what. And You know,
So
they
tell
know
us
it too.
Tell the drive-through audience your thoughts on Vegas. You're up there for March Madness. Was anything changed? Anything different? I guess we're now in the post-pandemic stage.
There was some definite changes. Chris was out there, so we got together a couple times as well. And the thing that I noticed, the big change that I saw, the biggest change, was that the table limits are way higher than they used to be. Like, so for craps, you used to be able to find a $5, $10 limit. And at some casinos, there's no, 100 times odds, right? So it really doesn't matter. It's like your base bet is only paying even money. And then, on the odds is where you get paid off in craps. But you're seeing those tables that used to be $10 are now, 25 and 50, even 100. So it's like the small time player is off the strip now. There's really no room on the strip for the regular player. You got to be a $15 craps player at worst.
Yeah, we kind of see that a little in California. There aren't really many tournaments anymore. And they say they can't find the dealers. You need a lot of dealers for those tournaments. Very few now available on a day-to-day basis.
Also the betting machines. Betting machines in the sports book, where you can put money into the machine and make bets without a teller. Usually those bets, they have like a limit at the most you could bet. You can't cash out there, but the most that you can bet, I think, is $300, right, Chris? Like the most you can put on a game. So like I had to have like several tickets, like when I did that, but it was nice because I didn't have to talk to anybody. So you obviously don't get drink tickets there either.
Yeah, I think when I went to Planet Hollywood, you could do up to a couple $100, but yeah, I didn't try doing it.
At MGM, I think it was $300. I think it was $300 was the most I could put on one ticket. So I had to have like this whole stack of tickets, which I like the tickets. I like the whole ticket system.
The whole ticket system, no doubt. And Mitch, of course, you've been talking about the betting tools. A lot coming on with this betting tools.
Yeah, we have some new things going on. Last week, we added player prop parlays to the betting tools where people can take their player props and parlay them together using our parlay builder. But we have a new parlay builder coming out where it's not just us suggesting them, where it's kind of you put your own bets into the parlay builder, and then from there it will have the same sort of information that you guys are looking for. Maybe something that talks about like what's going on with this team in this situation, whether or not it's good or bad for you. I think a lot of people misunderstand what the betting tools are, and I think they misunderstand the morning show, and I'm trying to do a better job of it. I'm trying to take my 5 minutes that I do every morning and take a minute of that just to show everybody exactly what I mean. Because the betting tools, they're not going to give you a pick. The betting tools are never right or wrong, and that's why people say, oh, the betting tools are lost. No, the betting tools don't win or lose. They don't make bets or predictions. What they do is they show you how often a particular bet comes in and then what the current odds are on that same wager today. And that way you can determine if a bet comes in 80%. You see it in the player props a lot. If you go to Sports Chat Place, click on players, you click on player props, and you can see, especially in like the NBA today, right? So you would look at NBA, and I'll just, do it I'm on with you guys. And, I could see right here that for pool, points, rebounds, and assists, over 27.5 has hit 90% of the time, has gone over that number of 27.5, and it's only minus 106 odds. So almost even money on a bet that hits 90% of the time. It doesn't mean it's going to definitely hit tonight, but hey, it hits 90% of the time, and you're getting almost coin flip odds on it. That's it's a pretty good position to start out in, So it's like if you can find these type of bets, I always go like last 10 games, and then I'll put in like 80%, and I could find any of these that are good payers, close to even money. Like like this for Rivers. Under 1.5 assists, you have to pay nearly, minus 195 on that. So not as good a value there. And here's Matthews in the Bucks Bulls game, 100% of the time under 1.5 assists, but it's minus 256. So a little bit more risk there, and a lot of minus 230s and 200s. And, Joker to record a double-double is minus 835. But you can find other bets where it's showing where it hits 80% of the time 90% of the time, and you're getting close to even money on that. And that's where you make money in the player props. For baseball, you have to there's still more taking a punt in baseball. They're longer odds, but number one, we have a lot less data to work with, so that's a little bit of the problem there. But the other thing is like we're talking about like odds to hit a home run. So it's not like basketball where it's like certain guys score a certain amount of points every night or have a certain amount of assists or rebounds on just about every single night. Baseball is more of is a lot tougher game in that respect, in that, you know, guys don't hit home runs every night. You know, it just doesn't happen. They hit, you know, a guy hits 40 home runs a season. That's 25% of the time. You need to find odds that pay better than, you know, him hitting it 25% of the time.
Yeah, no doubt about that. All right, Mitch, as always, great having your show. We'll tune in tomorrow for your morning show, and of course, those 7 picks in 5 minutes.
Tony's like, now that you've confused the living hell out of everybody, it's like, you can go.
Well, that's how you explain it. You explain it, you know, on your shows.
It's just, I find it difficult to put into terms without showing people and saying, okay, 50-50. If a thing hits 50% of the time, if you flip this coin, right, the Sports Chat Place logo or the word Sports Chat Place, supposedly if you flip this 100 times, 50% of the time it will come out on one, 50% of the time it will come out another. More than likely, it's not going to happen that it goes 50-50 over the time. But the probability with every flip, regardless of what the outcome was on the prior flip, the odds is always 50-50. You're not due. Like tails isn't due. The probability is still 50-50. But with things like player props, there is a likelihood, and it's not necessarily due. It's that this is pretty much the line. And when you go to the last 5 games in these NBA games, you're in this series. Yeah. You're in the series. So, you know, against the Pelicans, you know, Chris Paul does this. Against the Bulls, Giannis does this, right? So if you look at last 5 games, if you cut it to last 5 games, you can see DeMarcus Cousins, 100% of the 100% of the time, over 6.5 points. Even money. 100% of the time. Every game this series, he's gotten over 6.5 points. I like my chances of he's going to get over 6.5 this time. Is he definitely going to get over 6.5? No, he's not definitely going to get, but every game this series, he's gone over 6.5. You're kind of starting off with, you know, something that you should be paying like minus 1,000 odds, and you're getting even money.
That's the key right there. Right.
Yeah. DeMar DeRozan, under a half of a 3-pointer. 5 of 5 in this series. Paying plus 155. There's value, right? It's like he may hit a 3-pointer, he may not, but it's like chances are, well, he hasn't taken one, you know, he hasn't hit one all series. Is tonight the night? Well, it could be, you know, but Steph Curry under 4.5 rebounds, 100% of the time in this series. He has had less than 4.5 rebounds. I like the 100%. I like my chances. In fact, if you look at the betting tools today, and I know people are sick of hearing me, but I'll say it one more time. If you look at the betting tools today, put in last 5 games, you will find 10 props in basketball today that are these similar scenarios where it's like it's hit a ridiculous amount of times. Put in last 5 games because then it's this series. So you know what these guys have done. Holiday, under 33.5 points, rebounds, and assists, 80% of the time. In 4 of the 5 games, he's had under that. I like my chances, you know? All right, I'll see you guys later. I'm boring the crap out of everybody, and the rest of the people are just confused. I understand. Chris, explain it to them in terms they can understand. Chris will be like, what you want to do is you want to tell them to put the tomatoes on the pizza after it's been in there for 15 minutes or so. You don't want to burn in the tomatoes or the mushrooms. It's like, all right, smash that like. Ruffolo's dying to give you guys his same game parlay.
Yeah, that's right.
It's like he knows me. It's like we've only been working together for 5-6 years. It's like he's in the back of my head.
He is.
All right. Take care, guys. I was going to say also, between Tony, Big Al, and myself, You have 75 years of experience in sport in this industry. We're dinosaurs.
That's right.
You know, dinosaurs. I was going to say some things like how things have changed and how people have advantages now, but I'll save that for next week's show. Enjoy it, everybody. Get on some winners. I think tonight is the night that the books get even. So don't jump on these big favorites out there, because after those last couple of days, the big favorites have all been coming in. We know that doesn't last forever.
Does not.
Even the public dogs, too. The public dogs have come in, like Seattle last night. All right. Take care, everybody.
Take care. Mitch here on the drive. Let's continue on here with Chris. Chris, now where we sit with our like goal.
Oh, we got a big chunk of the way there, Tony. We're at 108 likes right now, 158 people watching. So we can just get maybe a third of you to hit the like button. We'd be more than at our goal, where we get you a same-game parlay for one of the NBA games tonight, as well as a Nerf you play. That's going off at, I believe, top of the hour. So don't wait. Get those likes in. We'll get you those plays for tonight's action.
All right, we'll get you those plays for tonight's action. If you missed any of the picks, we'll do a recap at the end of the show. My game here, Angels hosting Guardians, 9:30 Eastern Time. Angels 210, total 7.5. I am in this one on the under 7.5 here between the Angels and the Guardian Angels are together here. Anyway, we've got Zach Plesac getting the start for the Guardians. Plesac, 3 earned runs in 17 2/3 innings. He is pitching to contact, a 14.5% strikeout rate. Hope that can improve. But we got Shohei Ohtani here getting the start for the Angels. Ohtani, one bad start, 2 good ones. Boy, his strikeout rate is totally sick right now. 44%, pretty good control, 34% ground ball rate. Angels have won 5 of 7. The Indians have lost 5 straight, held to 2 runs or fewer in 4 of those games. I'm going under and just hope that if they hit Plesac, that it goes to a glove. How do you see it, Chris?
I'm with you, Tony. I think that Plesac, probably right alongside Shane Bieber, is one of the better pitchers in the Cleveland rotation. And like you said, Shohei Ohtani, not necessarily getting the win-loss benefit here, but like you said, he's striking out guys like crazy, and I think it's kind of hard to look past the under here. I don't expect there to be a ton of runs here. I could see 3-2, which way you have it going, so give me the under as well.
Yeah, part is the fact that Guardians aren't scoring runs right now, and during this losing streak, it's been pretty dreadful here. Guardian Angels, under 7.5. This one will have a start time here of 9:30 Eastern Time over on MLB Extra Innings channel. All right, guys, check out Pick Dogs. I have a 3-pack going on, top of the hour. My best bets here from Major League Baseball and my best bet from the NBA in a 3-pack. I'm also part of the 2-4 and cap promotion, so you can match me with Chris, with Mitch, with Big Al, Little Al, with Shane Mickle. We've got also Brian Bittler. 2-4 and cap promotion, your best value over at Pick Dogs Premium. All right, let's continue on with the show. Chris, where do we sit with our like goal?
Well, Tony, I just chipped in a like to try to help out. We're at 120 right now. We need 30 more, so there's 149 people watching. So if there's 30 of you that haven't hit the like button, if you could do so. It doesn't cost you a cent, but it'll make you some money. It'll help us out great, and we'll get you a same-game parlay and a Nerf you play that goes off at the top of the hour at 7 p.m. Eastern. So, guys, get those likes in. Don't wait.
We're running out of time here to get those likes in, guys. Top of the hour. This is Wednesday. We got an MMA show, so we're going to have hard close here right top of the hour. Here we go. El Ninos, Athletics plus 155 against the Giants. Al McMordie, Bulls plus 12.5 against the Bucks. Shane Mickle, Twins, Tigers under 7. Chris, Warriors team total over 117.5. Orioles plus 220 against the Yankees. Yours truly, Guardians and Angels under 7.5. All right, Chris, other than your pick, which one do you like the best?
Tony, I got to go with Shane with that Twins Tigers under 7. Joe Ryan's been outstanding this year, and we'll have to see if Michael Pineda's start is sustainable, but he looked really good in his debut, so I got to go with that one.
All right, you're going in that direction here. I'm gonna tail that one. Twins Tigers under the total of 7. All right, we're kind of winding down here on the show. Chris, where do we sit here with the like? As we got to get off here at top of the hour with that MMA show coming up.
Yeah, that we do. We only have a couple more minutes. We need 15 more likes, and if we can get those likes in, not only will you guys get the Nerf you playing in time, you'll get the same game parlay, and we'll be able to sneak it into the top of the hour.
All right, we got a few minutes here to burn here, Chris, so we will look at some NHL. I'll throw one out at you. I don't know if these are premiums. I know we've got probably the Canadians here facing the Rangers. A lot of big favorites tonight at 210. The Rangers favorite.
Yeah, I mentioned it in the chat earlier. I said tread lightly on the NHL today, tomorrow, and Friday because there are teams with very little to play for. A lot of the standings are pretty much set, but I'm kind of leaning towards either the under or maybe I'd lean towards Montreal plus 1.5. New York had a chance to try to make the division race interesting, but they lost to Carolina last night. Carolina's locked up the Metro. The Rangers can't go anywhere. They're basically playing for momentum at this point. I'd probably lean towards the under, Again, it's not a game I love. I think it's actually one of my least favorite games on that entire NHL card.
All right, Chris, where do we sit now? Do we get to
We need 5 more. So if you
Five
toss
more,
out one
okay.
more game,
All right,
may do it.
We have one more game here as we're going to take a look here at join with Chris here. Arizona Coyotes in Dallas. I know Dallas with a huge celebration in that shootout win. If they're a $5 favorite, if you're going to take a stab at a plus 400, is this the game to do it when you got a team that was almost popping champagne after their victory last night? Even though they haven't officially clinched them, I believe they still need a miracle for Vegas to get in.
Vegas needs a miracle, but last night may have been the night to do it. Arizona beat Minnesota as Minnesota was laying minus 600 in that game. So could you catch Arizona maybe back-to-back nights? Potentially. It's worth taking a shot. You made 4 times your money if you had Arizona last night. And Dallas, well, Dallas is they very little needs to happen for Dallas to clinch their playoff spot. So it could be a value play for Arizona. I'd still probably lean towards Dallas.
We got to the like, Chris.
Yes, we did, Tony.
Here, give us the picks.
So, all right, so we're gonna be quick with it. Can't be delving in too much, but I like the nerfy play. Washington and Miami. Pablo Lopez has been outstanding so far this year. Eric Fede, he's only allowed 2 runs in back-to-back starts over 5 innings. I think this could be a shutout inning across the board for both sides in the first. And I should notice in Marlins, both teams struggle to give run support to their starters. So that's my nerfy play. It's Washington and Miami. And the same game parlay, it's 7 legs, but they're all 7 legs that are very, very attainable. I'm going to look at my phone here because that's where I got to look to get it. We're going to go Nikola Jokic to score at least 30 points in the game. This is from obviously the Denver Golden State game. Nikola Jokic to score 30 or more and to have a double-double. Steph Curry to have 25 or more points and 3 or more made three-pointers. Klay Thompson, 20 or more points, 3 or more made threes, and Jordan Poole to have 10 or more points in the match, plus 375.
All right, we thank Chris and we thank the audience out there for those plays. We greatly appreciate it. Be sure that'll do it for this edition of the Drive-Thru. Tune in tomorrow, 6 Eastern Time. We'll do it all over again. We'll have our cappers here giving out live free sports picks. Tune in at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time for that morning show. Mitch's 7 picks in 5 minutes. Let's bring in the crew from night. Wave, good afternoon, everyone. Good evening. Have yourself a great evening.